And a good evening. Welcome out to the patio here at the Sheila Humphrey Rec Center on the campus of Lamar University. Time now to talk Lamar University football. A hiccup this weekend over in San Antonio. Cards drop it 24-17. 7-game winning streak coming to an end. And, Coach, still a lot of road ahead of you, but just talk about this past weekend. Just one of those days, I guess.
I guess, yeah.
It
was not a great first half for sure on the on either side of the ball, but we did get it together in the second half. But just a little too late. But our kids played really hard. They played, they played inspired ball in the second half and got us within a 7-point range and an onside kick and getting the ball back and having a shot to go down and tie the score.
Talking about Rob Coleman, 182 yards. He did have a touchdown pass. He was sacked 4 times. And I guess Aiden came in for the one series, and then he went back with them. Was that designed beforehand to use them both?
Yeah. We had a plan. We probably thought it would go a little bit more 50-50, but we just decided to stay with Robert in the game, and that was kind of the way it went.
Ja'Cory Hyder, your tight end out of Woodville, 73 yards receiving.
Yeah, he had a good game. Played really well in the pass game and gave us some explosive plays, 2 of them.
Fusilier, Kendon, seems like we talk about him every week. Your go-to guy, he had 7 catches. By the way, one of those catches takes him over 100 receptions as a Lamar Cardinal, only the 10th player in school history to do that.
Yeah, great. That's awesome for him. He's just been a great competitor for us and continues to do that and has been a good leader for our offense.
Josh Robinson, rushing touchdown.
Yeah, Josh did well, but I think Xavier Coleman was the guy for sure on the rushing end for us.
On the defensive side, talk about that a little bit.
I thought we actually played fairly well. We gave up 3 explosive plays in the game. I think, one of the drives that they had before halftime, they hit an explosive pass play, obviously, to score right before half, which was disappointing, to be honest with you. But I really thought that our defense, for the most part, played pretty good. They had 4 sacks or 5 sacks, and they held them to 86 yards rushing, and I thought they really played pretty well.
Kid we talk about every week is C.J. Miller. He had 8 tackles for you, including 5 solos.
Yeah, I thought he played great. I thought C.J. played really good. I think Christian Booker played exceptional. I think that Andrew Huff played unbelievable for us, had another sack, and just continues to play well on a consistent down-in and down-out basis. So those are just some guys. Obviously, Christian Pugh played really well.
Talking about Andrew's 7 tackles, 3 solos.
Yeah.
And you look at solo tackles, you have, as we mentioned, C.J. with 5, Andrew with 3, Ronnie Hamrick had 3, Kevin Thomas had 3. Those are guys you get those solo tackles and getting the job done for you.
Well, Ronnie Hamrick's he's a stalwart. He's a senior. He's been here 2 years. He's really not only a good player but a really good leader for us on the defense. Plays really hard and was really physical on Saturday in the run game to help us shut those guys down in the run game.
Talk about your special teams play Saturday.
Just okay. I don't think we did anything. We made all our kicks. Obviously, Ben Woodard, who's sitting right over here, if you want to get him on later on, talk to him about it. But,
let's get him on for a segment.
Yeah, we'll get him on for a segment.
He's shaking his no, but he's up.
Yeah, Ben made all his kicks, and I thought he kicked off well. And obviously, we had that kickoff right at the beginning of the second half where he dumped it in behind the tight end, and that thing just rolled, and Caleb Holmes almost had a recovery on the 5-yard line.
And the penalties were down. You had 4 penalties.
Yeah, that was down. I don't want to talk about officiating right now.
No.
You're going to get me in trouble.
That's what I'm here for. No, but, like you say, there's not a whole lot to talk about for that loss. And we're going to just wrap that up now. Just give us your final thoughts on that game Saturday in San Antonio.
I told you last week the most talented team we played thus far other than North Texas, and I believe that. And, I think they came really, really ready to play, and I think we came a little flat. That's all. That's on me for sure. That's not on anybody else. I got to do a better job getting our team prepared and ready to go from, when the whistle blows. But once we settled in the second half, I thought we played pretty good, and obviously had a couple long touchdown drives. So.
All right, so we're going to put a cap on that and get ready for what lies ahead here in the Southland Conference, beginning this coming Saturday with Southeastern Louisiana coming to town. We're back with more on the Coach Pete Rossomando Show on News Talk 560 KLVI. News Talk 560 KLVI, back out at the patio here at the Sheila Reck Humphrey Center here at Lamar University. Going to talk to the National Special Teams Player of the Week from 2 weeks ago, Ben Woodard, the pride of Plano East High School, sitting down with us on this segment. And first off, congratulations, Ben, on that 57-yarder, which tied a school record.
Yes.
And just before that kick a couple weeks ago, talk about lining up for it, your thoughts, and what was going through your mind. In your mind, you knew you could get that job done.
Well, I mean, at the end of the first half, we hit a 53-yarder, which gave the special teams unit a lot of confidence. I mean, we were with the wind, and it's a distance kick, so, I mean, if it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, I'll get yelled at, but it is what it is.
Someone would yell at you?
Yes.
Okay, now, whether it's a 20-yarder or 57-yarder, is your approach to the ball any different, or is it the same every time?
No. Go through it the exact same way. If you change anything, you're going to change your mechanics, and that's not really what you want to do as a specialist.
When it left your foot, did you know you had the distance? Or were you just kind of blowing behind a little bit, hoping to go through?
I don't like to be overconfident, but I have a good tell on whenever I hit the ball clean, and I felt like as long as it went past the line of scrimmage, it would have been good.
Matter of fact, I text Mike Andre.
Mm-hmm.
He's who you tied the record with.
Yes.
And he's out in the Bernie area. I texted him and said, hey, what is your record? He goes, 57 yards. I said, well, it was just tied. He goes, I know, I'm listening. Congratulate him for me. So he goes back to 1988 against Arkansas State when Mike nailed his 57-yarder. So he's really excited for you. And right now your name's in the record book at 57. Would you like to see an opportunity for 60 maybe this year?
I mean, last year against Nichols, if it wasn't for a false start, we almost attempted a 62, which I was kind of curious as to why we were doing it, because
they have confidence in you.
I mean, I guess, but if it wasn't for a false start, we might have attempted a 62 with the same situation like we played against UTRGV with the wind going towards the Montaigne, which is the side that we really like going against. Honestly, I just want to see points go up on the board and have the boys do what they normally do.
Now, in a practice, what's the longest you've ever kicked?
So we do what we call two-spot field goal every Tuesday, and the longest that we do there is a 42-yarder, just to make sure everything's clean with the operation. Don't want to tire everybody out, especially because we're on the grass and it slips and nobody likes it. But, yeah. And then Fridays we go to a little bit more distance with script. Longest I've done there is 57. And then Thursdays we have 2-minute. I attempted a 60 a couple weeks ago, was short by about a foot.
Okay.
And everybody was mad at me because I missed.
NFL this past weekend, and I hope I'm getting the name right. I think it's Cam Little. Is that correct?
Yes, from Arkansas.
Yeah, 68-yarder in the NFL to set a record. Can you imagine that?
I can. I mean, the NFL now allows kickers to use kicker balls for 3 games at a time, which allows you to basically break in the football more. So you have the sweet spot really worn in.
Visiting with Lamar kicker Ben Woodard again. Now explain that for just 3 games.
Yes.
How do they decide that? Which 3 games? Is it up to the kicker or?
I presume, if I'm not mistaken, you get them for a 3-game period, and then you have to rotate the balls. I think they get a total of 30 footballs that they get to use, and you can use them for a 3-game period, and then you have to rotate.
Cardinals trip up this past weekend against UIW. Your first conference loss. 7-game winning streak comes to an end. But the confidence of this team, the way you're playing offensive, defensive, in special teams, you know your fate is in front of you. You win, you're in. You get a conference championship.
Yes.
What's that going to take all around?
I mean, I just think we all have to have confidence within ourselves. I mean, the coaching staff entrusts us with doing what we do on a daily basis. Now it's just up to us to continue to do what we have to do, which is put the ball in the end zone and then stop the other team from doing so.
We had you on a few weeks ago, but in case someone wasn't tuned in that night, we're going to repeat a couple questions. First off, growing up playing football in Plano, and well, for the longest time, Plano was just loaded with talent. But as it grew, they split up the high schools and brought in more high schools.
Yes.
Just talk about playing high school football in Plano.
It's competitive. I mean, I played with a bunch of guys that went Division I my sophomore year. Tyler Owens, who's currently on the Washington Commanders, he played safety for us. Was second in state for the 100-meter dash behind Matthew Bowling, who's now at Georgia. Yeah, there's just a lot of talent, and I think the DFW area is better than Houston. But
oh, come on now, come on, 409s or 713, 832, whatever there. The Metroplex is better than Houston.
I think if you look at it as a whole,
look at
yes.
the state champions. More come from the Metroplex area,
Yes.
so the DFW area.
But I still think it's very competitive either way.
Now,
So,
did you play any other sport besides football at Plano East?
yes, I played soccer, coached by my dad.
You talked about that. How much inspiration did he have in you growing up?
A lot. He taught me a lot about discipline, being humble, and basically allowing yourself to understand that nobody is above you, but nobody is below you. So you treat everybody equally, no matter what the circumstances are.
If you had you had mentioned last time I talked to your dad was your idol, but if you had a kicking idol or somebody who would that be?
This isn't it, but Coach Johnson, my grad assistant, because we attempt field goals with him every Friday and then Saturdays on home games. Can barely get it above the ground, but he tries really hard. But my actual idol is probably...
Well, what if he's listening right now?
He hears it every day.
Okay.
So. But I would say either Dan Bailey or Harrison Butker, just based on their work ethic, and then especially Harrison Butker with him being so in with his faith and allowing everything to take control of his life that way.
After you leave Lamar University, what are your plans?
Find a job.
Well, yeah. Hey, coach, you need a kicking coach next year? I mean,
He won't hire me.
So see the love he shows you. Would you like to kick in the NFL? Is that a dream? Would you like to have that chance to kick on Sundays?
I mean, that would be great, but I mean, at the end of the day, we got to be realistic. There's already a pool of NFL talent that's already been there, so it's really difficult for new kickers to go in and especially make a name for themselves whenever there's a bunch of people already there. It's definitely a dream and something that I really want to do at the end of this year, but we have to be realistic and understand that not everything's given to you. So.
Now, a normal day of practice for the kicker, punters, things like that, because the rest of the teams are out there working on the offense, the defense. They're getting their game plans together. What's a normal practice day for Ben Woodard?
Well, because I am so old, Coach Ross now has me sitting 3 days a week because he doesn't want me to be crippled. But mostly it's just all mechanic work. We don't want to put too much stress on the lower body, especially going from, I like to think of us as pitchers. Pitchers don't really go and throw a full bullpen every single day. You kind of build up to game day and then kind of relax right afterwards to get your body back.
Speaking of game day, kickers are always the first one out there at the beginning of the game and at halftime. What do you work on when you first get on the field? Maybe the wind conditions, things like that, or what do you look at for your pregame prep?
For those that are actually out there as early as we are, you're going to see me every single pregame kind of just look up almost like I'm confused at where I am.
Are you confused where you are?
No.
Okay.
Just kind of gauging the wind, seeing what the possibilities would be for the day, and then also predicting what the ball flight would look like so I can already prepare. And then whenever I actually go to kick, I just want to make sure that there's good ball contact and good height. That way there's nothing going to be blocked.
Couple of quick questions before we get out of here. Favorite home-cooked meal for Mom?
Ooh. There's too many But I really like her clam chowder. She's from the Northeast, so can't go wrong with that.
Are you a junk food eater? So what if you went trick-or-treating last week, what would you like thrown in that bag?
I don't really like sweets, but I think, well, just actually 30 minutes ago I had Airheads Extreme for the first time in forever, so I would say that. Or classic M&Ms.
The regular ones not with peanut?
No. Peanut ones are too big. They're a choking hazard. I'm still a kid.
Oh, my goodness. All right, let you wrap on a couple teammates here real quick again like we did last time before we get out of here. Who's the best singer and who's the worst singer on your team?
Again, worst singer, Jacob Hefner. He listens to bluegrass music every single morning. It's really annoying now because he plays the same 3 songs. Best singer, those who do not sing at all.
Okay.
Because there's too much rap going on in the locker room. We're playing a song about Louisiana every single second in the weight room.
This is Texas.
Yes. Well, we're playing Sela, and they want us to get ready for it, so they kind of want to reiterate that we're playing someone from Louisiana. I think we've gotten a hint, but I don't think some of them have, because they repeat the first sentence every single time they have a chance to check their phone.
Yeah.
And it says, "I'm from Louisiana." Which
Well,
half of our team is from Louisiana, so some of them are really liking it, some of us are not.
remember, we're in Texas.
Absolutely.
What about dancers?
Paul Amodia, he brings the energy. I mean, some of his dance moves are questionable.
Well, he did educate me on who NBA was.
Oh, NBA young
in the
boy.
rapper, yeah. He had the T-shirt on a few weeks ago when he was getting ready to sub for Coach Rossomando in his weekly press conference. So he let James Dixon and I know all about the NBA.
Oh, yeah.
Never broke again.
Yes, every single chance majority of our guys get, it's always NBA young boy in the locker room, and then we have kind of a little argument on if we're going to play country, some slow music, or NBA young boy, the only kind of rap people want to listen to in there.
Well, do you ever get to pick your music?
I kind of just let people do whatever they want. I mean, specialists are at the bottom of the totem pole, so
Yeah.
we don't really get a say in things.
Okay, we talked about that. Let's go back to dancers. Paul.
Paul's good. Nehemiah Borner, we call him Nemo, or I call him Dory, because sometimes during practice he's forgetful of plays. So he has short-term memory loss. But no, he's a great kid. He's really come a long way, and he brings the juice just like Paul. I mean, he does great.
All right, then the final one I'm going to ask this time, and I've asked this a few times. You go out and eat, you have a group of teammates. What teammates say, "Hey, Ben, I've got this"? And then what teammate says, "Hey, Ben, I forgot my wallet. Can you cover?"
Every one of them, because nobody wants to use their money. But
They want to use Ben's money.
anyone that they can. I mean, I would do the same thing, but I'm nice, so sometimes I do pay for people. But, I mean, a lot of the guys are really mature, take care of themselves, so I don't think a lot of people would.
Good to go. Ben Woodard, thank you, man.
Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you. Ben Woodard, 2 weeks ago, the National Special Teams Player of the Week. We're back on News Talk 560 KLVI. News Talk 560 KLVI. Harold Mann back with you. We're rejoined by head coach Pete Rossomando. How about that, the performance by your kicker?
Yeah, I had to take the seat for Ben. He was reluctantly moved from the seat, so
Yeah.
even though he says he doesn't want to be up here, but he did a great job.
Yeah, he said he didn't want to be here, but what he brought, I forgot to ask him. I was going to ask him what coach he could beat in arm wrestling.
Probably all of them, I would think.
No, except you.
He's good to me, so he'll let me win probably.
Obviously, when you sent him out there for that 57-yarder,
Yeah.
which turned out to be the game winner against UTRGV a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago now, the confidence you have in this young man.
Yeah, I mean, he is, he's been, I think confidence is earned, and I think that he's earned it. And, he gave me the information before the game on what he thought he could hit, and he was spot on. So, again, that gives us more trust in him and more confidence in him as we move forward here.
And talking about moving forward again, we put that one behind us from this past Saturday over in San Antonio. Coming to town, Southeastern Louisiana.
Yep.
They're 7-2, 5-0 in conference. Their losses are at Louisiana Tech and at LSU. Obviously, sitting 5-0 in the league. You got a really good ball club coming in Saturday.
Oh yeah, they're a good team. Good team. They're playing good. They're a good team. They got really good defense with a lot of the same familiar faces of the guys we played last year, and their offense is really cranking out right now. They got some good talented guys, and Coach Selfo and his staff does a really good job of coaching them up and getting them in good positions.
Quarterback, look, if I'm looking at their stat sheet, right, it looks like they go 2 QBs.
They do, yeah.
They go with Carson Camp.
Yep, Carson Camp and Lowe, right?
Yeah, and Kyle Lowe. Camp, 11 TDs, 4 picks. Lowe, 7 and 2, and he has 4 rushing touchdowns. What's the difference we're going to see between the two, and how often do they alternate them?
Right, they're pretty regularly. Yeah, I mean they're definitely a 2 quarterback system. I think Camp is probably more of your traditional drop back passer. I think he runs good. I don't think he's not. That's not his strongest point. I think throwing the football is, and playing in the pocket, and I think he's done a really good job of that. And then Kyle Lowe is a dynamic runner. And he could still throw the ball, though. Don't let it fool you. I mean, he does a really good job throwing the football, but he's got really good legs. He can take off and make big plays.
Yeah, he averages about 80 yards passing, but he has on the ground taken into the end zone 4 times.
Yeah. He can do it. He's a really good player. I think he started at Georgia State, so he's got some Division I background, and I think he's a really good quarterback. And the thing is, they don't get much of a drop-off when they bring in either one of those guys.
Running back, looking at their roster, I see 3 different ones. Looks like they get some carries. That's Calvin Smith, DeAndre Jackson, and Jaden Henry.
Yeah.
They've all gotten in the end zone. Do they kind of do what we see with Lamar, alternate running backs?
Yeah, very similar. Very similar. They move guys in and out. They got different packages for different backs. But, yeah, they're a running back by committee type of operation, and I think that all stems from the head coach. He does a really good job of keeping those guys in line and making sure that they're doing what's best for the team.
Do they try to pass to the running back at all?
They do a lot. Yeah, a lot of fast throws to the running back. Gets them out of some trouble when it comes to pressure and things like that. So they do a pretty good job getting those guys the ball in the pass game.
Receivers, how deep do they go? I know they have Jalen Domingo.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Yeah, he wears number 1. He has 8 TD receptions. He averages about 19 yards a catch. And then number 4, Brandon Hayes, averages about 15 yards a catch. Do they spread it among receivers?
They do.
Or do they look for Domingo?
No, they spread it around. But Domingo's a dude. He's 6'3" and can jump, and he's a really good player. And then number 4 is their kick returner too, and I think he leads the nation in kickoff returns or something along those lines. But really talented, super fast, probably one of the fastest guys in the Southland.
Well, looking ahead, I hope we kick off to him a lot.
Listen,
that means we're scoring a lot.
If he touches the ball, we're dumb. Let's put it that way. And I'm not going to be dumb. I know that.
Let's rephrase that. We hope we kick off to Southeastern Louisiana a lot.
Yeah, me too. That's wishful thinking, but yeah.
Up front, what do they have with that line? They pretty big?
They're good. They're big. I wouldn't say they're like the biggest team we've played, but they're big and they're physical, and they play a fair amount of guys up there, and a lot of the guys came back from a year ago, so it's kind of the same group. There's a few new faces, but I think for the most part they're the same crew.
Defensively, what will we see from them?
I mean, they got one of the best defensive tackles in FCS football, and Caleb Proctor, number 2. He's an interior guy, and then they just got a bunch of really, really good football players on defense. I mean, their D-line is deep. They probably play 8 to 10 guys, very similar to us. Their linebackers are extremely athletic. One of them was a safety a year ago. Now he's playing linebacker, so he can really run and track things down. And they're highly disciplined. The way they play football on the back end, they have good eyes. They keep their eyes in the right spot. They move in unison. We always say, we laugh because they said it's like a 3 linebackers on a string when they move. They all kind of move together, and that just shows they play together, and they have good communication, and they execute it when they're out there.
You look at the schedules, the way the Southland Conference schedule works, you play everybody but one. during the conference season. That's because of the unbalanced schedule. The only team Lamar's not playing is Houston Christian. Leading the league, SFA and Southeastern Louisiana, they're both 5-0. They don't play one another.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that balanced out, but it is what it is. But still, one thing about the Cardinals, you do play both them.
Correct.
So basically you take care of business and things will work out the way we'll hope.
Yeah, I mean, we just need to put together a complete game. We haven't done that in a while, and we need to put together a complete game, 2 complete halves, and how teams got to really compete.
We are talking Lamar University football over here at the patio at the Sheila Humphrey Rec Center. Why don't you come out and see us? It's every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock during the duration of the football season. We're back with more on Coach Pete Rossomando on News Talk 560 KLVI. News Talk 560 KLVI. Harold Mann along with Coach Pete Rossomando. We're out at the patio here at the Sheila Humphrey Rec Center talking Cardinal football. Cardinals getting set to host Southeastern Louisiana. That'll be coming up at 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon. Love those afternoon games that we talked about.
Yeah, isn't it fun?
They are fun. They are
Especially
fun.
a home game.
Yeah, and speaking of that, fans, let's get out there. You have a Cardinal team ranked 20th in the nation, a top 20 team, and battling for a conference championship. And you got a co-leader coming in this Saturday, and we really need that fan support. I mean, it's been great. The fans have been great, but we need more.
Yeah, more. Just keep filling them up, just like there was at Mid-County Madness 2 weeks ago. Let's go. Come fill it up.
Yeah, the game ball was delivered. Or no, the trophy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the trophy.
The trophy
the trophy
was delivered by helicopter.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We need one of those. Anybody got a helicopter? No.
Yeah.
Okay. Just checking.
We could have. Here's what we could have. We could have the game ball delivered by a member of the Silver Bullet Gang.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But no. We'll still see if you're cheering. You got to bring it by parachuting out of an airplane. They're already pointing, yeah. So, but no, I mean it's it's a lot of fun when we talk about Lamar home games. Cardinals this year have not lost at home, unbeaten at home this year. Want to keep that rolling on Saturday.
That's the plan. We got to work on it. We got another day to prepare tomorrow, and hopefully we'll be ready to roll. Excited about that.
Again, talking about Southeastern Louisiana, this is a team 7-2 overall, 5-0 in the league. We just a little bit more about them. They're just solid from top to bottom.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have 6 return touchdowns on kicks and punt returns, or 5 maybe. So they're pretty well-rounded. They got a good kicker, good punter. They got a good football team. They play good together, and they create a lot of turnovers and give their offense short fields, and that's one of the things we have to avoid in this game is avoid turnovers and avoid costly penalties and things that are going to put you behind the sticks and force them to have short fields. And that was kind of the tail of the tape on last week, is that we gave them a couple short fields early, and they capitalized with 2 touchdowns, and then we had that one before the end of the half, which was a 45-yard pass, which that's just inexcusable. You can't let that happen.
Cardinals started off the season with a loss in North Texas, ran 7 off wins in a row before dropping one this past Saturday. Think it's time to win 7 more in a row?
We got to win 1 in a row first. I know that.
One at a time.
Well, we got to go 1-0 before we can go 2-0. So we got to go 1-0 this week, and hopefully we go 1-0 tomorrow's practice and clean it up a little bit and get out there and compete and let our guys go out there and show what they can do.
After that loss, I guess I don't want to say mentality, maybe that might be the right word, the atmosphere of your team following that loss.
Pretty good. I mean, obviously disappointed. No one, wants to lose. And I think, but realistically, you come in on Monday and you learn from the mistakes and you make the corrections and you go out. And I think our guys did an awesome job on Monday of practicing and putting that one behind them. And, we say wash it out of your hair, and get ready to go for the next one. And, those guys didn't let it linger. And, we went out and practiced really hard on Tuesday. And had another really hard practice today, and tomorrow will be a little bit more just of a cleanup. But the guys did a good job. You know, we'll find out Saturday what kind of a good job they did, though, right? I mean, that's
yeah.
kind of the proof's always in the pudding.
You know, so you try to get them to walk off that field, the heads head up with the heads held up, and say, you know, get those, as you mentioned, wash it out of your hair, get it behind you in a hurry, and flip the light on that, and then just move forward. Now, as coaches, you look back at that game to see where the mistakes were made.
I mean, we did on Sunday, and then, you know, once we corrected it on Monday, we're over. We're on to the next one. That's the most important thing you can do. And, you know, when you take it one day at a time and one play at a time, you have a chance to be successful. And like I said, when I was sitting in that locker room at the end of the game, I'm looking at Faulkner and Christian Pugh and Kindon and Devin Gibbs and Reggie Brooks. And those are the guys I'm hurting for, you know. Like, you're angry because you lost because nobody wants to lose. We put too much into this to lose. You know, you put way too much into it. But I felt for those guys. You know, and some of those guys played a really good game. Cortez Winslow, I mean, those guys played their tails off on, you know, on Saturday, and then they didn't come out with the outcome that they wanted. And, you know, that's, to me, that's a coaching error. We got to do a much better job as coaches, getting them prepared, making sure we hold them to a high standard no matter what. And, you know, I think it's always great to reflect on what you're doing good and not good as a coach and try to improve that as the weeks go on.
Now, do any of your, you know, more so your captains, your team leaders, do they speak quite a bit in the locker room? Do they address their teammates?
They will. I mean, I think they will. I think our guys have done a really good job. I mean, Ben's one of those guys that would do that and feels very comfortable talking about what we do and what we need to do to become a better football team. And I think Devin and KP and Rob and all those guys really do a good job of leading our football team.
Got to get our final break in. Again, we are talking Lamar University football. The Coach Pete Rossomando Show on News Talk 560 KLVI. We're back at the Sheila Humphrey Rec Center on the patio on News Talk 560 KLVI. Hey. There you are. There you are. We are back on the patio here at the Sheila Humphrey Rec Center on the campus of Lamar University. Really enjoy the hospitality, easier way to say, out here. Thank everybody for coming out each and every Wednesday. Cardinals getting set to take on Southeastern Louisiana. Let's take a look at the conference standings going into this week 6 of conference play. Southeastern Louisiana, who's coming to town, and SFA, where we go next week, are both 5-0. Then the Cardinals at 4-1. Those are your top 3 teams. Nichols at 3-2. Top 4 teams going into the conference. Just one at a time.
One at a time. All you can worry about. You're facing them this week, so you better be ready. I know that.
But you know, like I say, we talked about earlier with the way the schedule looks in front of Lamar, with Southeastern Louisiana here at home at SFA, then wrap it up against McNeese the following Saturday here at home. Your fate, you know, is in front of you. Your destination, you know, right in front of you.
Yeah, it's in our hands. I mean, that's what you can only hope for, right? You got to go out and win the games on the field, and that's what we have to do. I mean, this is not going to be an easy task, but I think our guys are they're going to be ready. I know they're going to play hard. They're going to play tough. You know, it's just a matter of, be honest with you, if we're going to play as detailed as we need to against a really good team to get a win. You know, we did it against South Dakota.
Yeah.
We did it against Central Arc. So I think we can do it. It's just a matter of making sure we take care of the details. And then we beat Nichols, we beat UTRGV, who's a 6-3 team. You know, so I think we've shown we can get it done. So we need to go out there and prove it against a really good team.
You know, and protect the home field.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's the most unbelievable thing is you get to play this one at home. So I think that's always a blessing.
Talk a little bit about, as we have a few minutes to go here, and recruiting. And, of course, you can't mention any names at all at this point, but how things look in recruiting. Well, I'm seeing on the Lamar Cardinals site, committed. Yeah. And when you see that word committed, that just means committed, and they've not inked anything yet.
No.
But
not till the first week in December.
Yeah, that's not that far away.
No.
And just talk about how working recruiting in with preparing for a game and practice and just
Yeah,
all
well,
the
recruiting never stops, so it doesn't matter. I mean, you have to recruit. You got to recruit transfers. You got to recruit. You got to recruit freshmen into your class. We've gotten a few verbal commits over the last couple weeks who we really feel great about, excited. They were really high up on our board, and just guys that we really feel like we can develop and can make us become a really good program in the future. And then we got to continue to work the JUCO route and getting some junior college guys in here mid-year and get those guys used to our culture and learning about what we like to do here on a daily basis. So excited about that part.
you kind of touched on it. Recruiting starts from within. There's times, and several years ago you didn't have to worry about this, but now you recruit kids on your own roster.
Yeah, no, you
re-recruit them. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the things that I really believe is you recruit them every day. The way you coach them, the way you teach them, the way you love them, all those things that make it really critical to keep people around. And I think that's the reason Devin Gibbs stuck around. That's the reason why a bunch of guys that are on our team for the last 3 years are still here, and Kindon, and those guys know that we got their backs, and what we're doing is trying to get them better for life. Not only the sport of football, but get them ready for when they go out in the real world to get a job and they have a family.
Like Ben said, get a job.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they got to be ready for that part of it, and I think we work really hard to try to prepare them for that. But then the relationships that we build with our guys are really cool and special, and they're tough because you have to be the disciplinarian at times, but I think for the most part we have unbelievable relationships, and it's fun to see guys grow in your program.
And you talk about preparing them for the future. It's no secret, very few, and it's even not only for the FCS but FBS, your Power Fours. Very few of those guys go on to play at the next level. And what we like about the Lamar situation and our Lamar student athletes, not only in football but in every sport, our student athletes are leaving with a degree.
They are at a pretty high clip, and I think that's a really good thing. And how about, speaking of student athletes, how about our soccer team getting a win?
How about that? How about the soccer team last night?
They got the win over Sela. They set the week off. They set the week off. Old Nathan and his staff, man, and team did a great job, and they play SFA tomorrow. So it's just like us, Sela, SFA. Yeah. So let's see if they can get this one for us and set the tempo and lay the groundwork for us this week.
I think it was a couple of weeks ago, James might remember this, where all our teams beat Northwestern State the same week.
Yeah,
that was it. Cool. But, no, that's great for our soccer team. They're in the semifinals now.
Yeah, volleyball's rolling. They're rolling strong right now, doing a great job. So, Coach Ariel, awesome for him and his staff. And, I got a lot of respect for my peers here. Obviously, they do an amazing job of getting their teams ready to play. And a lot of them have brought their programs back from tough times. And it's just fun to watch those guys go out and compete. And the gals, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, again, that's tomorrow. I believe it's 7 o'clock.
7.
Lamar Soccer and SFA in the semifinals over at the soccer field as Lamar is hosting the Southland Conference Soccer tournament. Starting to wind it down. We got to say hey to Nick and we got to say hey to New Jersey Nick.
New Jersey Nick. I wonder if he's eating a little pizza out there in New Jersey. Nick, he can't. I can't hear him.
He can't eat and chew at the same. He can't listen and chew.
Oh yeah, he's probably laying in his bed watching TV. He's checking Facebook and he's listening to the radio show all at the same time. He's a multitasker.
You think he's writing down questions? He's going to ask you about what you need to do on Saturday?
No, he doesn't get involved in that unless it has to do with the offensive line. He's a big offensive line guy, so he loves it when I mention our big guys on the air, Reggie Brooks and those guys, and Cortez. So I'm sure he was happy today when I mentioned the O-line.
Getting ready for Southeastern Louisiana. That's going to be a 3 o'clock kickoff, Provost Humphrey Stadium. Number 19, Southeastern Louisiana. Number 20, Lamar. Top 20 matchup going on at Provost Humphrey Stadium. And over the years, I know our fans have talked about let's bring in some good teams. We're bringing in another nationally ranked team this coming weekend.
I think they're ranked ahead of us a little bit.
One by one.
And, so, now it's our turn to go knock them off. Let's go. Let's go, Ben.
Come on, Ben. How about a Ben Woodard 60-yarder to win it?
Come on. Let's go. Talk to me.
He's glaring at you right now. All right, again, like we always do when we wrap it up, here we sit on this Wednesday night coming up on 8 o'clock between now and from the time Ben puts that ball on the tee Saturday afternoon, because we're going to win the toss and defer before Ben puts that – I hope so anyway. Ben puts that ball on the tee 3 o'clock on Saturday. What's happening?
Big day tomorrow. It's our Turbo Thursday practice, and we got to get out there, play fast, and execute, and get ready to really put it all together. And then, we give them a little extended day off because they got, we got a home game, so they don't come in till 2:30 on Friday, and we start our meetings and our walkthrough, and we got a little team dinner in the evening. We watch some football, we hang out, we eat. Spend some time together as a football family, and then those guys go home, go to bed, and come in the morning. We got the special teams walkthrough in the morning, and then we head over to the dining hall and we get our pregame meal, and then we're walking on the Cardinal walk right by the Silver Bullet gang and all our fans and family, and it's really a great atmosphere.
All right, we'll see you all 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. For Coach Pete Rossomando, I'm Harold Mann from the patio. Good night, everyone.
Good night.